You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. Hi, welcome back. I'm Rhonda, the Good Influence Her. Thank you so much for tuning in all over social media: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Deezer, Pandora, Google Play, iTunes, Amazon, everywhere. I feel really great that we talked about the 7 deadly sins. It's just so powerful to know where to start to clean up your life. Like, what's going wrong? Why am I not enjoying my time here? Life is short. Remember, incremental steps. That's solid, good change, slow going. You're building a great foundation. Remember, formidable, that word I used? Pride, greed, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth, and lust are deadly. So if you're living by them, that doesn't really work. You can't live that way. The opposite is not living by them, which means you're living life. Now we're going to get into action. Oh my God, this is really good stuff. I'm so excited. This kind of recharged my battery, kind of gave me a reboot. We're talking about the first agreement of the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. If you are seeking transformation, boy, this is the way to do it. This first one, it's going to reverse all the negativity. This is what I believe. And make it all positive. It's hard to do because you really learn that, oh my gosh, I have some core values and beliefs that are really conditioned and stuck in my head that I should respond and behave and do and be this way. And you learn, oh my gosh, that is what's causing the damage. So powerful. I just thought about this. We really didn't talk about what an agreement is. So why don't we start talking about what an agreement is, and then we'll get into the first agreement. Here we go. Episode 10. Be impeccable with your word. Is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? You must be the change you wish to see in the world. This podcast may contain copyright material not authorized for use by the owner. However, the podcast creator believes that use of this material falls under the fair use exemption. For more information, please refer to Section 107 of the Copyright Act. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. But why are we talking about agreements? What is an agreement? Do you even know that you've made agreements in your life that are causing you to suffer, to call yourself a failure, to be self-loathing, to judge yourself as ugly, fat, wrong, and bad? This is my understanding of agreements, reasoning and rationale that I accepted and adopted in my past so long ago that I live by, and so did everybody else in my world. It starts in all of us, I believe, as a child. We're learning and growing. We're like little sponges, and we want all the information to learn how to assimilate into this world. I didn't know I was black. This was a surprise to me, and I didn't know that being black was wrong, bad. And I learned that I was worse off because I was a girl, so I was going to be a black woman, and I was going to be not smart, so I was going to be dumb, and I wasn't going to be pretty, so I was going to be ugly, and I was going to suffer with horrible hair. My plight in life was 10 times harder. And, some people did say I was beautiful only because my skin was on the lighter side. I know what you're thinking. How sad. Wow. But that was the world I was living in. That was the agreements that I accepted. I had to survive. That's how I grew up in society in the 70s. There were shows like the Jeffersons, and what was the theme song? We're moving on up. So where does that mean that the black folks started? At the bottom. I quickly learned that. Are you following with me with all the agreements that I was making in my life about myself, my culture? What agreements have you made about yourself, your culture? What do you consider beautiful or ugly? Have your agreements changed, or are you pretty much the same? And is this why you're unable to transform and attain your goals and simply be happy? The first agreement is like taking the first step. Remember, I mentioned that before when we talked about incremental steps, and it's the most difficult step. I even mentioned it in Maslow's pyramid when we were doing the first level, level 1. Well, this is something that you're going to have to build as formidable. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. What does this mean? I like to think of it this way. Before you speak, answer a question, reply on any social media, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? If you can't answer 2 of those questions with a yes, then you have nothing to say. I wouldn't say anything because what you speak is about yourself and you speak it out loud to the universe and to the world. It's your self-image that you're creating in your reality, and it tells people how to treat you. Let me do that again. Is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? And if you can't answer yes to at least two of those, please don't say anything. You have nothing to say. Remember, everything you speak, you give power to. You give power to hurt people. And when you hurt people, you hurt yourself. Hurt people, right? Or you can have the power to empower people. And when you empower others, you empower yourself. Words really do create reality. Your reality is what you believe and what others believe. Let's just take the simple word no. Now, what do you feel when you hear the word no? Most people feel that I'm wrong, I've been denied, I'm offended, I'm discouraged, I'm defeated. I picked this word because we learned this word by the age of 2. We are conditioned to believe that we can't, we're wrong. Mommy is mad, we're bad, we're not good, we're not enough. You are better than me. We cower down. We carry this all the way to adulthood. When we hear someone say no, it sounds so negative in our mind, and we fear it. We never want to hear it. I know adults that avoid it. They don't want to challenge themselves in lives because they're just in so much fear of it. They play it safe. Now let's take the word yes. Well, that makes me feel good, positive. I'm winning. I can hear applause in the back of my mind. I even think that I'm right and you're wrong and I'm better than you. Those two simple words are like magic over us. People can manipulate us when they tell us yes or no. This is why your word must be impeccable. You have the power to uplift people. Is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? If you can answer yes to two of those, then you can say something. But if you can't, don't say anything. You want your words to be impeccable all the time. You're creating your reality. You don't want to say no to life, love, and positivity. I truly believe that nobody wants to be around a no person. A no person is controlling and manipulative, and they keep you down. The yes people are like people with laws of attraction. They just attract good. There's no room in your life, especially for no people. You know this. I don't need to tell you this. If you're holding someone else down, you're holding yourself down too. When I read this book, The 4 Agreements, I was blown away that I had accepted so many things in my life that just were not true. And I could see that other people still believe these false agreements because when they saw me years later, they said, "Oh my gosh, you're not a fat black woman. You're beautiful. You're thin." And I had mixed emotions about that. I felt like, well, why didn't you think I was going to be good or great in my life? It's a weird feeling, and I realized I don't care if you think I'm pretty. I don't want you to make me feel good that way. And I don't care if you think I'm ugly. I don't want you to make me feel bad about myself. I want to know for myself and my self-esteem that I am beautiful just like I am. I had to learn that. When I worked on that, my bulimia stopped. My self-loathing totally decreased. I decided to get a master's degree. I want to live my best life. I want to be around people in my life that are great. That's why I love doing pageants, because the women there are challenging themselves to do better. They see themselves as queens. I love that crowd. See, be careful when you take in other people's opinions. And I just had a thought. If you spell, and spell is even a powerful word, but you can spell poison from the word opinions. Be careful with opinions. My words to you in this podcast, I hope, are like seeds. I'm hoping that your mind and your heart are like fertile ground to receive my story and my pain and my love and my concern for you to have a better life. What you believe that someone told you about you many, many years ago in childhood is just not true. Don't accept it. Accept the best in your life. I'm loving life. I'm loving being Mrs. California American 2021 at 52 years old. Oh my God. And I'm just loving talking to you guys about the 4 agreements. I've left a YouTube link. This is just like a tidbit, a taste of what it is. Please really go to YouTube, watch the video, pick up the book from Don Miguel Ruiz. It's more powerful than what I can't even do it justice. Be impeccable with your word. Clean up your life. Remember, take care of other people. Is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? I love you guys. I can't wait for the next episode because it just keeps building. The next one, the next agreement, don't take anything personally. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.